happy to see you. Hello. All right, there we go. I think I understand how OBS works, but I kind of... Yeah. All right, we're back. So back. All right. Game loaded. Because the world sucks right now, and we're going to play a silly little factory game and enjoy ourselves. Just have a lovely evening. And be chill. Yeah. Getting it booted now. It should be phase one done. There were a couple of changes made to the experimental branch. Most notably, I think the biggest change was... Why am I blanking on this? I know what the change was. It was mostly a visual thing, if I remember correctly, but not 100%. Still have to get a little more organized than I was, or at least differently organized than I was. Now last we left off last night, we were modernizing our belt based on what we had available. So make sure I have rope. So apologies. I have to switch the profile on my controller basically. There we go. That should do it. Game audio down. Better there. Once I actually have the audio playing. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That would be phenomenal. Is it still overpowered now? A little bit, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna drop that. It's hard to live test it because of how Satisfactory doesn't like switching tasks. That should be better, I think. And if I have my mic a little bit closer to my mouth, that should also help. All right. At least I think that should help a bit. Hey! There we go. Basically just automating the last step of the production line to get space elevator parts going. Yeah. So I don't actually need to make rotors, I need to make smart plating. Because that's the thing that I need 50 of. This little task up here. Okey dokers. Not a fan of that sound. Did we just hit Oh, did we just hit peak capacity? Is that what happened? Sure. Yep, sure did. Okay. Cool. Worst sound in the game. And I actually have game audio now, which is fantastic. That's very possible. I don't know enough about OBS and sound mixing at all. Just full out transparency there. I'm doing this mostly by the feel and by the seat of my pants. Yeah. But, you know, doing what we can. That poor little copper line's gonna be so sad for a little bit until I get to it. While I'm here, might as well just like rip out this whole section, right? Like, there's no need for this to stay here. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for being my guinea pig. Thank you for helping with that. Oh. I may have made a boo-boo. Uh-oh. That's a fix. Alright, all the floating power poles go by. For some reason, I still want that to be connected. These should be on separate circuits so far. Okay. But we're out of power. And that's a problem. Hey, Crusader, what's up? Glad to have you. Ow. I managed to figure out what was going on with game audio. I don't think there's an echo going on. I'm not 100% certain about that, but I'm fairly confident. Nice. Callie, if you could, is there any... am I getting an echo at all for my voice? Cool. Yeah, managed to figure out audio. Turns out it was one setting that was just wrong. I'm very silly. But did we fix the mystical magical problem of this? It sure seems like it. All right. Were you just mad or something? What happened? I'm sorry. I hope your internet gets better. I look forward to seeing you soon. I don't want to steal from that yet. No, I'm not going to. Must go fast. Are we still producing iron? think we are. Oh, hell yeah. Here, are we making it happen here? Just like it. Alright. So, it's pretty happy, and it's making rotors at a decent clip here. I probably could double this, and realistically should. Which does mean a little bit of a reorg and doubling machines. Alternatively, I could go run and find some more power shards, but I don't want to do that. I will have to at some point, but it's not this point. In the meantime, what tech tree stuff do we have? This one. Nice. Okay, well, I can at least do that and that. And I don't feel bad about stealing from this. It's able to be stolen from, but not. Alternatively, I can't really steal from that one either, because these are all balanced. Because I'm a clever bean who made way too efficient a setup. But what I did do is leave a couple of iron ingots free so that I could do all kinds of shenanigans. Alright. It ain't gonna be pretty, but it'll work. And I'll hear no commentary on it. Thanks. Gas cloud. Why? Stop. Oh, hey, look, a bot. Cool. A lovely, lovely bot. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that would be phenomenal. Honestly, a godsend. I think I'll need to give you the power. So I may have to wait until after the stream. I'm not sure. Okay. We will coordinate on that after stream. For the moment, it's fine. Ow! Why? It doesn't have to be like this, gas cloud. You can let me be. You'll be fine. Alright, I want this ring plates. I want this ring rods. This is mostly in the service of just wanting to have things available that I could just grab, instead of having to deprive them or deprive my production lines of them. That way I don't have to worry about things. Oh, but I will need sushi? No, maybe not sushi, but I'll have to at least merge the outfits. doing is incorrect. And all I'm trying to do is build a better neighborhood. Stop. Wait. Oh, underneath me is the gas cloud plants. And so occasionally they'll fart up the gas cloud, and I don't have anything to protect me from the gas cloud. It's mega unfortunate, but artifact for the game, unfortunately. I don't have any explosives, so I can't blow them away. Like, I can't delete them. I don't think I can really get away with chainsawing them. Maybe? Let's try it. Right, let's do this first. I'm gonna go in here and do this. Yeah, no, I can't. Smelly fart. But yeah, thanks. Thanks for paying respects. But that's okay. I can at least do this, make sure that we have power for a little bit longer, maybe some biomass, and then get into phase 1 of the elevator and get that done. Because while I'm doing this and while I'm screwing around, rotors, I speak English, rotors and reinforced iron plate are being made automatically and then combined into smart plating. So I have that going in the background while I'm doing this. Automating myself out of the equation. Alright, hey. There's a geyser over there, so I'm gonna have to come back and grab that eventually, like later in the game. I'll need some like late game materials. I think specifically like high-speed connectors are the biggest thing. This bottom one's like high-speed connectors, and I think I need heavy modular frames, if not fused modular frames. I don't remember the recipe directly off the top of my head. It's been a minute since I built one of those. Hello, power outage. You're wonderful. Alright. Well, this is a problem. We'll do this. It's just literally not producing enough power. And not fast enough. Alright, well, we can do that. We can solve that problem. I thought that these consuming 4 per minute meant that 60 per minute would have been fine, but apparently 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 per minute is too much, I guess, or I just met capacity. Yeah, it looks like the second thing. Yep, sure was. Figured it out. Okay. That's. We're not going to think about this at all. I think at some point it might make sense to relocate these. Yeah. I'm torn because I could very easily just have them be. One second. I could have it very easily be here, or I could have it be on this part of the platform, and have it be just like this straight 3-block wide section of automation for biomass power. The problem that I'm seeing in the beginning is at least that I'm going to require a ton of space for that, just because each one of these takes up a tile. Conversely, coal power takes up a lot of space and requires water and coal, and it's a whole other problem. So maybe I'm just whining. Oh, one of the things that they changed in the experimental branch is how far you could take the camera away from the Pioneer as you're decoupled. So I can go way out here now. They also added in a, I think, 40-second dolly mode or dolly thing. So I could do this, go fast, and then if I wanted to set an endpoint here, this is just to prove a point more than anything. Yeah, all the way out to 40 seconds. So I could do that. And this like really cinematic thing is what you get, where I can just kind of sit here, let this play out for 40 seconds, and it would be really great for both planning as well as for content creation, because beautiful. I can see several different shots that would be like really, really good to capture. Whenever the always day mod starts working better, that will be a significantly like better experience as far as like making content with the camera, or like the default Satisfactory camera. But in the interim, for the moment, it is absolutely fantastic for planning. Yeah, it's a little jarring to see it go back that fast, but it's all right. You know what? I think I am gonna move this over here. Into that. Just go straight up. Realistically, not much will change. I'm just gonna leave. Actually, I'm gonna have to redo some of my power. That's okay. That's what this part of the game is. It's just a lot of balance and a lot of figuring out what works and how it didn't work the first time. Because I was able to get all this online very easily. And the bean is my lab assistant. Where'd he go? Mr. Bean? Sir? I don't know where you went. He didn't want to hang out. Wow. Sad noises. I think the bees are upset with me, and they're hanging out down there yelling. Because that's what they do. This. I should probably change with the way that my Steam settings are set up. Next trick, we need power. Well, power is power. That's true. I think I might do that. Either of those options. I probably will ultimately do the first one, but the second one will probably be the stopgap. Belt is the last thing that I do in this part of the process, just because of how, like, how much it messes with my ability to move around in this space. You know what I mean? It's a bit rough. Alright, and you get that. I want one of these. Are in the wrong spot? Judas. Let's see if we can't make this work. Hello? Yeah? Alrighty then. Party time. How are we doing? 18. Alright. That's less than I want, but that's okay. A thing that I have to pay attention to that I haven't really talked about or at least mentioned yet is that power in this game is a little funky. Like F-U-N-K-Y. I have a certain number of machines that are going to be either constantly working or nearly constantly working. They have a consumption that exists at that number. I also have machines that are going to be producing power. They're going to be producing it at and about this. My theoretical, sorry, my limit as far as power goes is 270. I have, I think, 9 by 30 megawatts a piece, so it's 9 of them produce 30 megawatts each, equals 270. What is being consumed is 187 to 170 heat, apparently. 170, yeah, so 170 to 180, somewhere in that range, but it fluctuates because some things are going on and off as it goes. My maximum consumption theoretically then is 199 megawatts. Just because of the amount of machines that I have on, the rate at which they're going, and just kind of the general like speed of things. And so I generally aim to have capacity be about like, I don't know, what you call that, like a third, like no, 33% or 50% more than what I actually will really need to have. But I definitely flirt with the line of like, things are gonna break immediately unless you stop what you're doing. I definitely flirt with that a lot, which can be a rewarding or a terrible experience. I'm gonna mess with my Steam settings. Hold please. All right, that should be better. Actually, there we go. All And yeah, I feel like I can get away with taking them out of it from there. I think it'll be okay. Got two. Here's my one. Excuse me. I am hopeful. I don't know that it's going to be a thing, but I'm hopeful that this little ragtag ragamuffin solution here is going to be enough to get me through to tier 3 and 4. And then at that point I could like beeline directly for coal. And just immediately make that my #1 priority. And that's that. Oop. Hello? Ow. Right. I forgot about the bees. I'd rather you didn't. Oh boy. No touch. Yeah. Go away. Oh, and there's a big hog over here too. Ugh. There's a bunch of stuff over there. Yikes. Alright. We done? We good? We cool? We all good? Gonna make a hostile work environment. I have a way around that. I have this cheeky little method of dealing with obstacles or hostile like things around me. Because I don't really need this to be like blazing fast, but I also need it to be shorter than that. Unless I just need it to be out of here and I need it to be into that. And because this has a conveyor belt input, I can get away with doing that. And it's pretty cheeky, but you know what? It's all right. I'm here for it. Yeah, so we're producing 30, 60 per minute. It's, but I have that handy dandy machine that's been squirreling away things from I forgot. Well, I forgot. Hey, now I have that. Why are you so sad? What's going on here? Brent, why are you... What's going on here? 84%? Not something. Right, I think that was the thing, was that just because it was only 60 items per minute into that one part of the segment, it was causing some issues for me. Yeah, that will probably should theoretically help. Theoretically, we'll see. Seems like not so much. That, well, it's fine. Is it my preferred outcome of that situation? Really? Not really. But will it work in the meantime? Yes. It may not be pretty, it won't work as efficiently as I want, but it'll be fine. Fine. go with... Okay. And there's all the smart pudding that I've been making in the background. That's fair. Let's try that. I do have the master like audio in the game turned way the hell down. Well, at least mostly the hell down. Oh, and I didn't even realize that there was a streamer mode. That's fun. Let's see if this works better. Wait a damn second. Did I ever actually get this done? I don't think I did. I need more of this. Audio check, sounding better? Alright, cool. Dope. Thank you. Yoink. At some point, I'm gonna have to get a gun, like a rebar gun or a rifle or something to deal with the hog and spitters over there. Because I would like to have that hard drive. Getting some alternative recipes, which you get from hard drives, would be really helpful. Did I? I didn't. What about this? Did I do that? Will that solve the entire problem? That would be incredible. Alright, throughput looks the same as this one, which is a Mark II. Yeah. Okay. Ride this back to the beginning of things. And we'll see what we can cobble up. Oh. Yep. All down anyway. It's fine. Smile. We're at 38 of 50. Just kind of waiting for a minute to get this. This, unfortunately, and kind of regrettably, is the rub for the early game. For me, at least, I don't tend to scale for this part of the game. I probably should change that, though, given that later on in the game we are going to need the smart plating, because of how the space elevator parts escalate in terms of the complexity and what the base materials are that are required to get there. Smart plating is actually one of those materials that you kind of need a lot of to get to the higher tiers of the game. But yeah, 30, 40. What about you, Foundry? Are you happier, or are you happier now? You seem to be. You're not saying that you are, but you sure seem to be. Okay. The 6. All right. Let's give that a minute and see if we can positively affect that. We can change that up a little bit. Oh, 57. All right. While I'm waiting for that to manifest, it's time to go collect a little bit more fuel. See if I can scout anything either. chainsaw is super loud though. Hey, Mr. Bean, what you doing over here?
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fixit to make an informed decision. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
I disagree, Ada. I think it would work great as a field test item. I disagree with the premise of the statement. Goodness gracious, this game is so pretty. Mr. Bean, where are you going? Are you just having yourself a little soak? Oh, what's going on? Far out, dude. Enjoy. All right. 46 to 50. Well, I've explored that way. Let's see what else we can find over here. Anything interesting immediately? Not really. At least, well, there's a power slug over there, but there's another one over there. Hey, what? That's oil right there. Whoa. No joke? For real? Wow. I'm that close to oil. An impure node, but still, it's more oil than I'm producing currently. It's more oil than I have access to currently. There should be another one over here somewhere. Further up away, if I'm remembering correctly. I also may be entirely wrong and misremembering. Goodness gracious, this game is so pretty. Wow. Oh. Hey, road. Okay. Yeah, there's the oil slick I was thinking of. No, that's not oil. That's nothing. In a surprising twist of fate, I was completely wrong. Where's the yellow power slug, though? It's over there, I guess. Oh boy, we do actually have the power or the space elevator done, but let's see if we can't get something fun over here. So I am gonna need a yellow power slug to research first before I'm able to utilize them at all. So I have to have one for sacrifice to the gods, basically. I need you. Nope. Ow. Do I want to cheese this? Do I care if I cheese this, basically? It's technically legal. Is it OSHA approved? Probably not. But that's okay. OSHA doesn't care. Or at least Fixit doesn't care about OSHA. At least so insofar as I can tell. Alright, we're good. Is that a Mercer sphere over there? Am I hallucinating? Not a Mercer sphere, is it? It sure is. Okay. Huh. Sorry for the wild motion sickness every time I grab my controller back. I kind of want that on a t-shirt, actually. Just Ada's little blue check mark with the text saying, "What's OSHA?" Or something like, "OSHA is not fix-it approved." Because it's absolutely something she would say. How do I get my way back up? Am I silly? I may be. But you can't prove it. Hello? Hello? There we go. I'm absolutely going back up the hill in a different direction. That's okay. Yeah, I'm in a... I knew it. I am so pretty. And very lucky, actually. Lucky because I didn't get harassed by anything as of yet. Is that... Oh my word.
This is a shrine to Joseph Weaving.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application.
I for sure did not realize that there would be that much dialogue for the first one. Mercer spheres are super good. They allow you to do interdimensional depots, so you can have remote access to your materials as you're going throughout the world. So I can be like way the Christ over here and still have access to my like general like the general access to the production line, or at least the results of the production line. All right, and you drink that soldier void. Right, okay. Now I get to do the dodgy thing. Mr. Bean, why are you in danger? Why are you in the danger? All right, and you can stop that. I will give my life for this cause. Stay away, stay away. Stay away. Dang it. All right, well, for the space elevator, I have to do two things. The first is to load the cargo, which I just did. The second is that I'm going to then seal the container, or that's automatically happening.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better fix-it future.
All right. Explore and exploit. All right. But for the moment, let's take a look up at the sky and see there's not a whole lot up there. There's like a higher part of the platform this is first section here that's basically like a it's like that first set of the like the first step of a space elevator. It's the first floor kind of. And so as I send this off, it's going to send that part up. So I'm gonna do that and then scurry off so I can try and get an angle on it that you can see. Ow. There it goes. And there's the space elevator being built. Ow.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
And down comes the space elevator. And that's phase 1 done. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm being harassed by one of the neighbors. Do you see the explosions and things hitting me? Yep, he's right there. Mad he is. Alright. I'm gonna try and take care of this, or I'm gonna die trying. Can I get through here? Nope. Whoa. Oh. Ow. Yep. That makes sense. All right, death counter's at 2. About to leave a whole bunch of death boxes over here. Thank you for updating the counter. Don't. Can I cheese this like that? For real? Ow. Maybe I can't cheese it. Or get rotated, idiot. I will take my hog remains. Thank you. Roast him on a pit. Ugh. You're right. I'm gonna have to make that a Nightbot command. Unfortunate. I guess that's the chat's way of telling me to get good. See, this is starting to back up now because these need 2 per minute. And this, I think, are producing 5 per minute, 4 per minute. So that's literally twice what it needed. And this is producing 10 per minute. So that is literally double what I need for this. Hey, I need rotors. Funny that. All right. Well, first of all, I need to finish what I was thinking about doing. But, nope, not quite. Almost. I need myself some more plates. Gotta get back to dinner. Plates. Another one of these.
Milestone reached. The Fixit jump pad combines high technology and innovation for optimized factory traversal and an ideal travel experience. Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed, individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents resulting from jump pad usage.
Oh boy. Jump pads are very goofy, but I did finish all of I started at tier 1, but tier 1, tier 2. So once that comes back in 3.5 minutes, I can start on tier 4. Which, honestly, I think this is the priority, because I need to be able to BAP and not have to deal with things. So I'm gonna grab me a couple hundred. Yeah. I'm gonna grab me a couple hundred rods and grab up 1,500 wire, and then I need 100 reinforced iron plate. But I know I have a bunch of wire being produced up at the top, so I'm gonna go grab that, or at least it was being produced. That is no longer the case, or as of about an hour ago, it's no longer the case. But it's been cooking in the background this entire time, except for the last hour, but the last 6-ish. So this should be pretty good. In fact, I tell you. All right, and ta. And this is no longer producing anything, so I don't need that. So I can reclaim this, because Fix It does not waste, and so neither do I. Yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Nope, that's for sure needing to get deleted too. Oh, I said. I didn't suddenly change my mind. That. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Aha. Alright. Alright. And we're right on cue. The pod will coming down in a minute. Yeah, still 100. Nice. I can just immediately drop this right as it comes in. In fact, if I were clever, not quite what I wanted, but that's, it's okay. It works. There we go. All right. And all the wire, all the iron reinforced plate, and all but 2 of the rods. Just kidding. Give. Thank you. Take.
Milestone reached. The Xeno Basher is a direct upgrade from the Xeno Zapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The Zapper kind of electrocutes things, the Basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Xeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
Strange to hear that, but okay. I've got it. So now I need to get the equipment workshop out, and I need to make 3 of these, I think. Is that right? 2. I need 1 more, and then 5 modular frame. That I'm gonna make by hand, mostly because I don't want to deal with automating that yet. Well, it's less that, more that it is going to take a second for me to get there. And so it will be faster to craft this by hand and make that. It also doesn't take terribly long. And it will be nice to have the 5 or 10, the 5 left over. And I can kind of sit here and vamp for a second or two and like scratch my nose. And yeah. Just like that. I'll need... Whoa. Give. 1 more of these. And then I need to unequip this one. And I'll need more rods. Still. Perpetually. You're doing your work. You can give that to me though. And you're doing your work. Good job. Doing a good job, soldier. By you. Give. Alright. And this little equipment workshop is so cute. Because you can just wander in and do the thing. But now with this guy, I should be able to do a fair amount more damage and faster. Excuse me. And not only that, but it looks super cool. I think I am going to change my Pioneer a little bit. 0 days since last incident. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of difficult to see where I am. Oops. All right. And then, yeah. All right. Okay. Since I know that I'm producing twice as many of the smart plating as I need, let's figure out what we need for versatile framework and automated wiring. Because I'm pretty sure versatile framework needs, yeah, I don't have that yet. I can get that with steel production, I think. Let's find out. What's our next objective? Full power. Super good. I get to scan for coal. I'll also be able to build water extractors, and then I have to deal with that. But I do in the process get coal power generators, which will be very helpful. I can also get vehicular transport where I can get tractors and truck stations. Won't be terribly helpful until I can automate some kind of power that isn't just solid biofuel. I can also do steel production. Steel production would be super good. That's a space elevator part, but it does need coal and iron, which means I think that my first step is coal. Because while I would love to get some of this later stuff, I would love to get this. I'm gonna have to wait to get most of this stuff. And also, I could play with the hypertube junctions, but I need encased industrial beams. So, coal it is. Let's go. And can I yoink? All right. All right. I need 5 more, and then I need a couple hundred more cable. That's okay. I also will probably research these 2 things here in a minute or 2, just to get that taken care of. I did kill the hog, so now that I have the Xeno Basher, this guy, I should have a better chance at dealing with the other things that are left over. So, things are on the up and up. Things are looking good. Grab some of this, this. There we go. All right. And how we doing now that we're back down here? Yeah, that'll work. Give. All right. And that's that. Done.
Milestone reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Ada, you are incredibly intelligent. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. Yo. Yo. I did not realize that there were that many coal nodes like directly here. Because that's what's 120 per minute? 60 per minute? I think that's like what, 4 nodes there? Alright. 5 maybe? Yeah, 5. Wow. So that's 60, that's 60, 120, 180. I can do math. Purity temporary? So there's at least 240 over there. 240 coal per minute is what I'm actually referring to. It means I have to cross the great expanse over there. Which means the factory must grow. Ah! Stop. I said, stop it. I think the bees are just mad at me because I'm better at factory games. It's like directly on the other side of this, isn't it? Yep, right there. Hey! Hi, Zivo. No, we're still mid-fun. We actually just finished the first phase of the space elevator. I have to figure out an overlay that gives me the chat on screen so my stream has that. You can look in one place rather than two. But hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Just finished up first phase, and now we're working on getting full power online. That's gonna take a second. It's way the Christ over there. So I'm gonna have to cross this divide and pray that I have enough materials to actually get across the first time. Which I'm, I don't know, maybe not necessarily like the most hopeful for. I'm also, I don't know what this temporary purity means. Still making with the happy. We are still making with the happy. Ooh, but we are looking a little dodgy there. Okay. All right. Basic vehicular transport. Yeah, that would be helpful. This would be really good to have. But I think I have to wait until I do either this or I think it's time. I think I have to do tractors. Um, I guess we'll figure it out though. This is still very much producing smart plating. Yeah, because I still need 1,000 of that. Tractors are helpful. TM? Helpful in the sense that, like, they will have utility for what I am doing and what I need to do, but I don't know that they're like a long-term solution. Trucks are much more helpful, but for the moment, I need to take out some frustration on these spitters. Ow! Xeno Basher, so good.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
So translating for Ada there, basically, they suck and they're mad. Like, wow, okay. Big mad. And because they're big mad, like these bees. Ow. Okay. Anyway, because they're big mad, they like spit, I guess. Which flashback to middle school. I had a teacher who said frequently that I made her so mad that she could spit. Which I always thought was a strange thing to say to a child, but you know, I don't know. What do I know? I'm not an educator. That's a problem. Somebody get some nuts about it. No, yeah, no, nope, nope. Get. No. Yep.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. It is unclear where on the flora or fauna spectrum it lies, but initial data suggests this might be a nest or an egg. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
I hate the bees. Oh. All right. Well, this will have to wait, I think, for a second. This is a drop pod. Drop pods have sometimes some requirements. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you could just turn the handle and grab the hard drive out of it. Hard drives are how you unlock the alternative recipes that I talked about a little bit last night. For example, if I were to bring up modular frames, there are two like vaguely grayed out question marked locked things, and then the utility, which is in the research tree. But the way you unlock these is through researching hard drives in the MAM. And that basically is an item that you just drop in and it cooks for about 10 minutes. And then after the end 10 minutes, you get a roll of one of 2 alternate recipes. And then you just kind of pick which one you want. I would love to have iron cast screws or steel cast screws. It would be cool to get the either pure iron or actually I'm not at the point that I have refineries yet. I don't need that. I can't have that. The alternates are limited based off of what you have available in your tech tree. So I won't be able to do any of the late game alternate recipes like I think it's instant uranium or instant plutonium or something like that. There are some kind of busted recipes that allow you to do some really cool things, but I don't have the tech to get to that point, so I won't roll for those. But that being said, since we're still cooking with gas on getting this done, and this is gonna take a minute, I should grab some of these, more of those. I need more cable, which I have. Where do I have enough of that? Okay. It might be time to bring down copper. Go ahead and take the contents of this. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the MAM actually. I should have done this a while ago, but I got distracted. And so now here I am doing it now. So, better start the research. Basically for these, I'm gonna get some unlocks
The
here.
remains researched belong to an organism that tends to nest near objects emitting specific types of resonance. Spitters are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
These are the options that she's referring to. But it would be super good to get all of them unlocked.
The remains researched belong to a plant-like organism hosting the larva of the flying crab, the most mature of which hatch when threatened. Hatcher remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
They're flying crabs? Awful.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Wow. The fluffy tail hog. I don't know if you caught that. But that was disgusting. And it shouldn't be that cute. Why is it that cute? Also, flying crabs. Horrible. Why? Why is it like that? Oh, I mentioned Mercer spheres. I should have researched that.
Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, B, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture. Witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing us a song.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien life. While Fixit has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable.
So in full disclosure, I started playing 1.0 in my other worlds, or my like previous save, and I got through like a fair amount of it. I've heard a few of the dialogue lines for the Mercer spheres and for summer sloops, which are these basically personification of the symbol that we all drew in like middle school and high school. Um, I've never heard that dialogue line before. That was discomforting. I feel bad. I don't know why I feel bad, but I do.
Research completed. Alien protein can now be turned into biomass or alien DNA capsules. In addition to being used for research, the invaluable alien lifeform data in these capsules can be traded for Fix-It coupons at the Awesome Sink. We guarantee the best capsule to coupon exchange rate anywhere on this planet.
You guarantee the only coupon to capsule exchange rate. Awful. All right. I wanted to get the rebar gun unlocked if I could. Nope, can't. Okay. Yep. Nope. I'm sorry. I have to do this. I have to go fight something. I have to get the rebar gun. The rebar gun is so helpful. It might be like a very basic firearm. Right. That's right. All right, bees. The day of reckoning is upon you. Or me. I'm not sure which. But if you're flying crabs, like is advertised, it's time for you to die. You have had your day. Nope. Victory. Finally. Now the bees will bother me no longer. The correction. The crabs will bother me no longer. Why are they flying crabs? That's awful. I hate so much about that. But I have prevailed against them, and they are no longer going to be a problem. At least that specific batch of them. The rest of them. Fucking wild card. Who knows? Alright, and there we go. Thank you. What was that? Oh. Oh. Automod strike and with vengeance.
Research to develop the rebar gun is now available. When completed, you will be in possession of a tool effective against any local obstacles actively objecting to the Fix-It mission.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll have to figure out how to change some settings. Still working out a lot of the kinks. Apologies.
Rebar gun and iron rebar ammo unlocked. Your ingenuity towards preservation of Fix-It property has been noted. You earned a micro break. And welcome back. I hope you feel refreshed.
Oh, beyond measure, Ada. I don't know how to tell you how relaxed and refreshed I feel. Rebar gun? Rebar gun. Alright. And alright, now the keen-eyed viewers amongst you will remember that a little while ago I set up a box with a couple of constructors over here that are making both iron plates as well as iron rods in the background. So they are going to be producing those just kind of passively as is needed, or as they're able to. And the thought now is that I could very easily make rebar automated, and that would be really helpful. Um, I also made myself the object scanner as well, which is going to be extremely helpful to get away from dangerous things. Or really, realistically, for right now, find Mercer spheres. I do want to find some more research and get that done so that I can get plants, specifically berries, as well as nuts on this scanner.
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
So now we're going to do paleberries, or nuts rather, and we'll see what they have to say.
This fruit, dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
So it'll unlock the tech tree as things go along.
This semi-slug, now dubbed power slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, giving it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
That's the canon reason why they're stuck in one spot ever. But let's get this next bit unlocked.
Power slugs extract latent energy from their surroundings to sustain themselves. By tuning the object scanner to the particular potential energy signature, it is now able to locate them against the background environmental static.
So now in the object scanner, or object scanner rather, I will have Mercer spheres, paleberries, barrel nuts, and power slugs, which apparently there's one relatively close. The way this works is basically just proximity. The closer you are to something, the louder it will be. The paleberry plant that I have underneath this part of the foundation is just down that way, and so because of the proximity, the thing is making a racket, as well as like giving me an indication of like where it is. And I can select which of the thing I want to focus on. So barrel nut, there's some over that way. I know that there's one over that way. I also know that there's a paleberry right there. But I'm curious to find another power slug. And I'm curious to find another Mercer sphere. But I doubt that there's one down here, at least like readily accessible. But that's okay. I don't need to know where they all are right now, at least. I can live with the sense of mystery, as it were. I do have a couple more pieces of research to get done, including yellow power slugs. Let's find out about them.
Research completed. Yellow power slugs are further into their life cycle than blue power slugs, and thus have more potential energy stored. They can now be processed into power shards.
Nice. So yellow power slugs will give me 2 power shards instead of just the one that the blue ones give me. The purple guys will give me 5. And then with those power shards, I can overclock. And overclocking is busted, honestly.
Overclocking development completed. Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed. Underclocking is also possible. Note: power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
So target production goes linear and power consumption goes exponential. So if I were to produce 250% of this, I will also need then 13.4 megawatts, which is obnoxious compared to the 4 megawatts that it otherwise needs. And given that my power is already kind of restricted, as it were, or as it is currently, I probably don't want to mess with that super much. So I'm not going to. But what to next? We're probably gonna go across and deal with coal, right? That feels like the strategy. How many of these can we make? Not enough. Need more. But realistically, and first off, let's get the rebar gun out. And then some sunlight. Oh, it's so good. Reload. Alright, this basically works like a blunderbuss a little bit. Single shot, individual reload. You start off with very basic ammo, and it kind of arcs a little bit. So if I can hit that in there. Not quite. Let's get a little closer. Let's see if I can fight this bunch of assholes over here. Hello. Fuck you. Nope, 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 nope. Yep, okay. I deserve that. But in exchange, I will take your bounty. Ow, ow. Where from? No. You big bunch up. Butthole. Get out of here. You. Can I hit you from here? Maybe. Yeah, it looked like that one did. Hey, buddy. Nope. Hey. Oh. Good night. Unfortunate. All right. Let's see. I know I'm not gonna have enough resources to do much of this, so I'm gonna just kind of do it a little bit. I'm gonna have to get over doing the back and forth, and that's fine. What I'm actually alluding to and talking about is getting over to do coal power over there. And I'm also expanding the map a little bit. I did not think that this did this quite much with the topography. I bet there's something up on top of that. Hey. Hey. Good night. You just got real eepy. Just had to take a little nap. I hear you. No. Ow. No. Come here. Good night. Is that quartz? It is. Ooh.
Unknown crystalline mineral collected. This mineral is composed of the same chemical elements as quartz and may yield similar industrial functions. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Where you going? You are very excited to see me. I would rather you didn't. Please, sir. Ma'am. I don't. Oh, good night. I feel kind of bad about that one. Stop. I said. I did say. Stop it. What? Why? Okay. Good night. Oh, this was a hell of a battle. I nearly died. That would have been mega unfortunate for me. However, I have kind of expanded the map a little bit. Or at least I'm starting to question mark. I don't know. Oh, that's... All right. We'll go the other way. That's fine. I don't need to be over there right now. Ow. Yeah, we got any snacks over here? Yeah? Alright. I'll play ball. Where you got snacks? Oh. Hey! Give. Thank you. And that's a mushroom too. Or bacon, a carrot.
Potential edible collected. Reminder that look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Just because it looks like you can eat it does not mean it won't eat you. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Out of curiosity, Ada, how would a mushroom eat me? At Laughs and Last of Us. Anyway, that's a bunch of buttholes. Can I get around fighting that directly? Can I get up here? Yeah? Alright, this looks like it's relatively harmless. You look really stupid. You look just dumb enough. X gonna deliver to you. Good night. Good night, bees. Crabs. Whichever. You gonna come over and say hi? Hello? I killed your hive. You done? Cool. Good night. Alright. You're so right. Thank you. Oh, hold the button longer. Thank you very much. Alright. Came over here with a purpose. Purpose was to find coal. Where is coal? Right over there. Look at that. I should be able to build water extractors over here, I think. I'm pretty sure. Which will be radical. But to start this equation, where go first? Build out for the water? Yeah? Yeah? That makes sense. That kind of makes sense to me. Nice. Do 10 out that way. this way. Wee, wee. Yeah, so I should be able to pull water from the center stretch right here and into this spot, because coal power plants are big, like very big, take up 3 tiles rather, 3¼ tiles. They're large. I don't hate that space, or like placement rather. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure, why not?
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their
you.
responsibility to humanity.
Ada.
Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
You don't say. Coal-powered generators require coal. Gang, I need to sit with this knowledge. Did you know that coal-powered generators need coal? I am a changed being. I'm so awash with the knowledge that coal-powered generators need coal. Wild. Patronize me harder, mommy. God. Missing rotors and reinforced iron plate. All right, let's go. Mr. Bean, what you up to? I'm going for a swim. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, this little bit of water. Well, it may be a little bit of water, but I think it's probably deep enough to pull water in for a water extractor. So, theoretically, I could have power generating pretty quickly. Theoretically. Because, wait. If memory serves, production, water extractor. Okay. That's the problem. Right. Okay. There's gonna be some more crafting, and I'm sorry in advance for that. Just by dint of this being this part of the game. I don't have copper set up yet, and that's on me. That's entirely on me. I could have done by now, but I sure didn't. But basically, what I need to do is I need to set up copper production to make copper sheeting, and that will be the basis for pipes once I actually get them online, or at least started. I have enough rotors and enough reinforced iron plates to make a handful of the coal generators, which, as a gentle reminder, need coal to operate. Did you know that? I didn't. Thank God Ada told me. But yeah, I should be able to go run and grab like either some copper ingots, and I can set up a little constructor making. Nope, you know what? I have power going up there. How are we doing on? Oh, we're looking a little spooky. Where are we running low? Who's running low? All of you. Rad. Love that. Wait, but okay. All right. Well, we're okay for now. Time is kind of the essence, though, gang. Let's get that going. How are we doing over here? 113. Nice. Not bad. Did I do a silly? Whee! Swoosh. Is that? It's material. Okay, well.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing properties similar to those in Group 11 on the periodic table, such as high conductivity and malleability. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Yes, ma'am. Criterion is basically the equivalent for this equation or this part of the game for gold. Ow. Good night. All right. Man. So I can make three of these. If I can make 4, that'll be 1 of these coal nodes, basically, because they require, I think, what is it? 15 copper, 15 coal per minute. I know math. I can do math, allegedly. So at 60 per minute, with these nodes producing 60 per minute, and these requiring 45 water per minute. That's 90 times 2, that's 180. So that's a little bit, that's 2 water extractors. That's very easy. And that's, what, 250 power? 75 watts, 75 megawatts per one of these. So that's 300 megawatts. That's my current power setup over there. Like, literally, my current power setup over there. Let's see where we can get going. I will need this. Yeah. 60 minutes. There. And because the splitter will be pulling things off of the main belt, this is going to be a manifold system, that'll be how I have to tackle that particular problem. But the other thing is that I have pipeline support, and I want to get the pipes vertical. We want to get it up as high as we can, right there. And all right. And
Fix-it pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered generators. Note: water does not flow upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
I am considering muting my dialogue sounds. And actually, Ada, you're a treasure. Kind of. Yeah, we'll do more. Invalid belt pipe shape. Really? Go on. Not invalid there. Huh. far be it from me. Oh, we're gonna get 4 different results on the same. Okay, yes we are. That's. I love this game, and how goofy it is. Yeah, all right, we'll do the curve here. I wish I could explain the answer of why I'm spending any amount of time on the aesthetic aspect of this, but I am, and I have no answer for that. Yep. All right. Yep. And you gonna be facing this way, my boy. Oh, all right. There. Go with the curve on that one. That'll look good. Yeah. All right. So that's the beginnings of Cole being online. I'll probably need to run back and grab a little bit more. Well, maybe not. Hold on. We'll see. I may need to run back and grab some more copper ingot to go get like, the initial stuff set up. I also may not need to. I'm not sure yet. But for the moment. I'm for sure gonna need some iron rods though. That's a problem. Yep. Okay. Can I? One of these. Nope, sure can't. All right. Message received. Loud and clear. Alright, so those require 20 apiece. So, alright. Copper first. Apparently, and I didn't know this, but you can sprint on water. Which is kind of wild. It makes me feel like I'm running really slowly on ground. Starting to back up things on this part of the production line, and that makes me very happy. Cool. Yes. Open up the ramp. Welcome. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're in the middle of trying to get coal power online, and we're running into the problem of having a need for copper sheeting, because that's the part of the game that we're at right now. So what we're gonna do is sit here for a minute and just make 200 of that, just by hand, because we kind of have to, regrettably. Because I did not think about setting up the production line until about 10 minutes ago. Anyways. The cat crafting can be amongst the more agonizingly slow parts of the game, unfortunately, which is a big bummer. Sorry about that. Alright, just checking a couple of DMs real quick. We should be nearing the end of the copper sheet nightmare that exists. Made for myself. I made my bed and now I'm sleeping in it, and it's awful. It's made of rocks, actually. Worst part is I can't even do anything. I just have to sit here and wait for this. You would think that this would be a lesson in, hey, plan for the future. Start doing things ahead of when you need to do them. Funny story. I nearly failed high school because I forgot one of my senior projects until about a week beforehand. So anyways, I have not a lot of good planning skills. Anyway, we're not going to think about that. We're just going to think about playing this chill game. This very cozy game. We don't need to think about that right now. It's all good. Slide down the ramp. One hump this time. Ow. Sliding everywhere. Man. I should be able to get this like done fairly quickly. Oh, hold on. I say that. Think about this. So smart, so pretty, so funny, and entertaining, and I'm gonna make running back and forth between different parts of my base fun and exciting. Gameplay, woo! Anyways. Just bouncing up the ramp. Actually, you know what? This is kind of a good opportunity because I have not been exploring up this way on this part of the map. So I don't know what's over here exactly. But I needed cable, so I came up here for cable. Let's find out what else is up here. Strawberries? No. Mercer spheres? Hello? No. No. Parcel? Yeah, one over there. Huh. Okay. Looking for more of these boys. Okie dokie. That's a plummet. Oh, the Manta. Hey. Let's just slide down the hill. Slide everywhere. Nobody can see me if you're in slide mode. Engage the slide. Engage. Disengage. Engage. Disengage. Engage. Slide. Slide. Slide? I might regret this. Nope, not yet. Whee! You. I don't know why you pick up some momentum, like running through the water like that. That's silly. Oh, you so right, game. Okay. I guess this is, if nothing else, a good reminder that I do have a body and I should attend to it. So I'm gonna get this next one down. And I'll rebalance this later once I have the rest of them up. I just want to make sure that I have that one down for scale purposes for it now. And this is gonna be not my favorite thing that I'm about to do, but talk
That
to
may
me.
indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
You ever get the sense that Ada is like a little bit patronizing? Is that a thing, or am I missing something here? Because I feel like she's kind of a bitch. Okay. Guess who forgot to bring more iron rods? Yeah, bitch complimentary. Is that iron right there? Am I blessed this day? Probably not, because I knew it. Stop it. Iron ore. Oh. Well, I'll be. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I haven't played in this part of the map in a long time, since before they rebalanced all of the outputs and like the nodes. Oh. Goodbye. Ow. Ow. Good night. Come back here. Come back here. We ain't done yet. Homework. Thank you. Good night. Hey. I'll take some of that. Yep, that's what I remember. Let's see. Naturally, why wouldn't it be anywhere other than there? But expanding the map, and there's a Mercer sphere nearby, ish. Okay, y'all better open up one at a time. Thank you. You. Better stop it. Ow. Do I have enough iron rods to make one of these? Nope. Sure don't. But I do have an iron, a pure iron node here, which is beautiful to see. All right, and yeah. Oh, hey, Powersog. Hey, buddy. You wanna come with me? I'll take care of you. I promise. Nothing bad will happen to you, ever. grab some iron rods, which will give me the last bit of the way there, and then I'll have my first coal power node like utilized and online and making power for me to the tune of 300 megawatts, in fact, which will be substantial. And if I get the second one, that'll be 600, which will be twice what I've got currently. In all reality, I'll let the biofuel burn out, and that'll be that. With that, that will be that. And as far as biofuel is concerned, and then I'll switch primarily to coal, because that's kind of a set it and forget it thing. I don't really need to think that hard about managing it as it goes along, because it's attached to a inexhaustible like source of coal and water, so it'll go perpetually unless something in the game changes as far as balance is concerned. It won't be affected, you know. So to that end, what was I doing? I was grabbing iron rods. Hello, give it to me, thank you. We just need to set up a few of those nodes, or the pipe supports, as well as the power poles, and then I have that going. Oh, give me that. Thank you. Keeping an eye out for the remains of the animals that I've killed in the past, because they give you the DNA protein, which you can then combine into protein cells, or what exactly are hold please. What are they called? Yeah, okay, here we go. Alien protein, and then it becomes alien DNA capsules. The alien DNA capsules are among the higher like value things to put into the awesome sink. And that thing is basically the recycling program for the planet, because Fix-It doesn't waste, but they do recycle. And that's the way it looks. Like it is a recycling program-ish. It's just you also happen to be recycling things like plutonium fuel rods, or like a whole bunch of foundation, or concrete rather. So yes, recycling, quote unquote. As a note, Soylent Green is people. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And what happens next happens quick. You're right. That is a little bit of a spoiler, but I guess not really. The book's been out for about 70 years now. The movie's been out for about 50. I don't think it's that much of a spoiler, but apologies. What do I know? Alright, I'm gonna go with... I would actually do just 10 here, right? Just like a little bit. But 10. Really? What? It's up to 45? What? I picked that. Okay, fine. Well, you want to do it that way? We'll do it that way. Jesus. Rumble. Problem solving. Well, now that I got that going, next up is to make sure that we're producing coal actually, and that coal is making it up to this platform. And then the follow-up thought and or concern, really, is that once we have the coal here, we have to make sure that we're producing water, which it looks like we are. At this would be about 240 per minute, 240 meters per cubed per minute, which looks like flow rate's not quite there yet, but it's also like spinning up. When it gets to this last one, gotta get coal to either of these. Should hello. We're starting to wake up. Oh, hey. Yeah. 225. Yeah, okay. It'll take a minute. It'll take a bit for it to really spin up. As you can kind of tell, it's like stepping because it's got intermittent either coal or water or a combination of the two. And once it gets more online, once more things start filling up, you get longer periods of it being the correct power ratio or the correct power production. There are definitely going to be some longer gaps at the bottom end of that equation, but on the whole, it should start theoretically producing more, or at least more efficiently. And I think right now, the problem might be water. Let's check that equation. Check that out. Oh, it's literally burning coal faster than I can get to it. This will fill up, and once it does, because this is self-sustaining, I can take this away. I don't need that anymore. But what I could and probably should do for the moment is make this 75 or 90 rather. Just kidding. Haha. And with 90, what will happen is that this will be about 50% faster. And because of that, this guy will fill up faster, which means that these will then filter down as a manifold system, and that will be how that kind of progresses. Yeah. But for the moment, I'm going to do some silliness as far as like camera work is concerned. And yeah, I'm gonna go take a quick break. Set a tracking point back here. Do an ease in and make this a little bit on the longer side. And like, oh, let's make that ease in. Yeah. All right. Well, I will be right back. Y'all have a lovely couple minutes here, just appreciating my handiwork. This is very basic. At least it feels very basic to me. I don't know if it actually is. I don't think it really is that basic, but I don't know. I'll be right back, y'all. Alrighty. And we're back. Ooh, curtain is further. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Still definitely figuring out things as I need to. Definitely not got everything squared away just yet. But here he is. We doing it. We back. It looks like, to my eye, everything is working. And we are probably going to be backing up with coal from that little array there fairly quickly. Yeah. So yeah, actually, fairly quickly. Two more. How is that in alignment? Wait, what? Okay. Alright, yeah. It's two of them. We'll need to get. Excuse me. Let's get one here. That up. Alright. And there we go. Right. Let me get my mic more to my face. Sorry. Can I make this work? Yeah. Why not? Alright, that guy's online now. Alright. Alright. There we go. There we go. And bye-bye. Big. Yeah, can't nudge that on the actual pipeline, unfortunately. But doing a curve there, I can do that. I can also very easily do the correct thing and set this up as is intended. Or as was intended, I suppose. that. There we go. You, my connector, and you do that. All right, and I'm gonna add a third one of those in there here in a second. I'm gonna jack it off first, where I am 2-1. Cool off. Not my most graceful moment, but that's okay. Not gonna think about it. Anyways. Alright. I need one more, I think. Oh, sorry. I need one more coal generator for that to be 8. So I've got 7 currently, 3 of them online. Why only 3? Oh, into the water. Perfect. Right, that's why only 3. Okay. I need more rotors. Again! Yay. Alright. Here we go. How we doing on backing up over here? We doing pretty good? Are we backed up? We sure are. Perfect. Here, not so much. Okay. That's okay. I only have the one machine making these things. I should probably change that. I need to change that. Yeah, I need to change that. And I can. Right? I can make 100 screws per minute. That's the one that's a little spookier. I think 200 screws per minute, so that's 5 making screws. So I add another 2 onto that. And then I need another... Ooh, how many? Well, hold up. I need the Satisfactory modeler. And while I do this, I'm going to put on some music in the background, I think. Some copyright-free music. Bear with me. No, I'm going to actually do... I'll do this. And I'm going to drop this value a little bit lower. All right.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
There we go. All right. So basically, the plan is to make rotors, right? I need to make rotors with the basic recipe. Aiming to make, we'll say, 12 per minute. And screws at 300 per minute, which means I need to make rods at 60 a minute. And if I need to make 135, that means I need 135 iron ingot. Which if they're doing 30 per minute, that's 4 and some change. Is that right? Okay. Yeah, 4 and some change. Pardon me. Bear with me one moment. I need... Okay, so I'll need 3 assemblers here. Three assemblers, which means I need 300 divided by 40. I'm gonna feel remarkably silly here in a second because I could just pull up a calculator immediately and have it done. 300 divided by 40. 7.5. Again, I say I would have felt incredibly silly. So 7.5 instructors. 7.5 scones. This is how many iron rods? It's 15 to 15, so this is 130 divided by 15, that's like 11 of them? 9. And this is what is the recipe here? 30 to 30, so that is... Hold up, is it really just... Is that 4 and a booger? Yes, it is. Okay. Why does that feel... That math feels wrong. That feels bad. I don't know why. Alright. Well, now that we've got that figured out, at least a little bit, thank you for letting me know. Just a little bit lower. Alright. Last I was trying to figure out how the... Perfect. Love to hear it. I am so glad. I was trying to figure out how to make 12 rotors per minute because I was having some delay on that, and at the rate that I'm making reinforced iron plates, which is 10 per minute, at least currently, I wanted to match with this guy. I want to do 2 for 2, and I think I want to make I want to try for 4 per minute on this. So just doing another second line, and I came up with the Satisfactory modeler and pulled that up for a second, which looked like this. If it'll load into the screen, hold on. Wait, give it to me. All right, well, it doesn't want to do it. That's fine. Anyway, yeah. So that was a thought, at least. I think I might do another one of these, but it would require some spooky, goofy, silly math, and also reorganizing this whole space again, because that's just the way that this game kind of goes. But hey, welcome back. I actually literally just came back from break myself. I got most of coal power set up, at least the initial like 300. I'm starting to build out the second set of 300 so that I can get 600 megawatts out. And I think I'm going to start building more vertically in my factory. Start getting some second floor. this nice little compact mega or mini factory that I've got going on. Drive safe. Yeah. I don't know. I want to get more power, so I have to deal with less. It will be quite nice. Yeah. Oh. Yep. I don't know any of these tracks that are playing in the background. They are all copyright free, so I know none of the lyrics. I think you're giving him some comfort in these trying times. I have yet to tame a lizard doggo in this world, or in this particular part of the save. I imagine that I will not hunt down, but like search out to try and save all the lizard doggos. Give them all a good home, where they don't have to worry about anything ever. They can just have themselves the best lizard doggo life ever and bring me an unconscionable amount of plutonium waste, because that would be the funniest thing. If they just day over day continue bringing me plutonium waste or uranium waste, I would be so happy. I would be beside myself with happiness. But on a serious note, I'd rather them bring me like actually good things like power shards. Well, at least actual useful things like power shards. Which is not to say that plutonium waste doesn't have its place in the game. It absolutely does. It just doesn't at the point that I'm probably going to get it, which is almost certainly immediately. And within like 5 minutes of having it, it's going to kill me. Because I know how this game plays. I know how this stuff works.
Think. You could build more.
Anyways, fuck you. And I bounce this here, and then that goes there, and then this guy should start producing coal. And this guy also copied the setting. That's super good. I love that. This is super cool. And really, a really helpful addition into the game, actually. And I probably don't do this. So thinking about it more critically. I have a need of I need 120 coal per minute, 15 each for 8 of these, which is exactly 120. This belt can carry 120 items per minute. The pipes can carry 300 water per minute, which, speaking of, I need to add a second one of these, or a third one rather. And like, that's all great. There it is. Oh, that's my main base. Uh-oh. That's bad. That's That's bad. Okay. All right. Enough dicking around. I can talk about the theory behind all this later. I need to get this over there. Ooh. Problem the first. How jump? Yep. There it is. Problem the first is gonna be ugly, and I don't love the solution. It's barely a solution. It basically just isn't a solution. It's just kind of kicking the can down the road. But you know what? Here at Fix It, we're efficient, and that just means that we take less time trying to solve the problem. Really. Whee! And because of how this game works, for whatever reason, there's a lizard doggo over there. Here. Yeah, I don't love this. Nah, actually, I'm gonna go this way. The other alternative would have been to have brought the coal over here to work on this, or to at least integrate it into my factory. I don't love that as a solution. It's barely a solution at all. Hello, Mr. Bean. Yes, I am panicking. Thank you. Your support is overwhelming. Yeah. All right, getting up onto the factory floor. God, this music feels like it should be for trick shots only. Good Christ. Hello? We make with the happy? Why do we not make with the happy? Hello? Make with the happy. Do we have happy? Are we good? We done? We done with the nonsense? We're gonna be good now? I'm glad. 450 megawatts. Did we just run out of power altogether? We did. I see. I see. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's like a pretty fucking banger in the background, honestly. Fix it blueprints. I need steel for that, and this, and that, and that, and that. That'll be really good to have. 270, so literally 100% more efficient, or 100% more items per minute, which will be very helpful. I think for the moment, actually, let's get steel online. All right, and with my, all right, okay. I'm gonna cat craft these out. I'm gonna grab some more reinforced iron plates here in a second, and then I'll cat craft the rest of the modular frames, and then I'm going to set up the line for rotors, do 3 times the production on those. As scary as the math was to kind of sit there and do in the Satisfactory modeler, it was definitely worth the time. And yeah, while I'm letting this cat craft, I can see if that will actually pull back up. Yeah, there we go. All right, so basically looking for 12 out. I need 3 assemblers, and from there I need about 15, 16, 17 even, 16 constructors doing this arrangement. So I need 75 rods per minute to 7.5 constructors, call it 8. And I need 60 rods to the assemblers themselves, so I need 4 for that. So 5 of these are sending their rods to 8. But I need a line of iron like by itself, basically, just for this one thing. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna make it happen. That's gonna be the next thing we do. All right, and stop. All right. Ooh, not enough rods. I should be able to do this. Yeah, I bet I would listen to this playlist like by itself, honestly. Hello, welcome back, Crusader. In the time that you were gone, had a power failure. But we fixed power almost immediately. There we go. Yeah. All right, we need to seal some more of those rotors. So I'm gonna need them for this. Yeah. All right. Nice. Oh, actually, I could also do this. Time to research quartz. Yay. I will add quartz into the materials that I can search.
The crystalline mineral was a previously unknown variation of quartz, with uniquely large and flawless crystals, normally only found in synthetic quartz. The industrial application of this mineral will follow that of its synthetic counterpart, specifically in communication and exploration technologies.
Nice. Okay. And good morning in Australia. Or I guess that time zone? I'm not sure what to call that. Like GMT plus 8 or something like that? If I'm right about that, I'm gonna be so happy. All right, Blade Runners are super helpful. I would love to get those soon. But I also have Caterium to unlock. Oh, fair enough.
The metal has been named Caterium after Fixit's greatest CEO, Katerina Parks. It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
Thanks, Katerina. Your contribution is incredible. But you did give me the ability to scan for it, so that's really helpful, as is quartz. Is there any quartz nearby? Survey says... No. What about Caterium? Any Caterium nearby? There's probably going to be some, I think, in here. I guess. Yeah. Ha. I remember there being a Caterium node over here because about a year ago, actually now, my partner and I were playing, one of my partners and I were playing before 1.0 drop, and we had built out a tractor or truck depot over there where that Caterium node is, so we can bring it back to our base, which was like way the Christ over here. And it worked out fairly well, except for all the times that it didn't. But you know, do what we can. All right. Let's. Yeah, I think we're gonna make this a little bit taller so that we have more clearance. And it's time for smaller foundations. And pretty soon here, it's going to be time for some, I'm going to sync some things, I think, and get some tickets and, oopsie daisies. And I have to get some of the other parts of the game unlocked. Specifically the aesthetic stuff, but there's a lot of functional things in there as well. I bet this concrete has filled up. What do you want to bet? Nope, I was wrong. I was really wrong. All right. Just running through some thought as far as like there is another iron ore node up here in this platform where we started. We had not claimed it yet. We have a pure node, so we're gonna have 60 per minute, 60 items per minute, is that right? Or 120 rather. So that'll be like really close to what we need for this entire rotor production. Sorry about your bones, Callie. Sorry. Oh, goodness. So we had an iron node in here that hadn't been claimed yet, rather. And so I needed 135 iron ore per minute so that I could make 12 rotors per minute. Yeah. So I need to get to a point where I can drag that down and also figure out what the hell is going on with my power consumption. Well, power production rather. Unless it's just figuring itself out. Seems like that's kind of the thing, but also no. Yeah, 375, no, it's not. I have to go diagnose this real fast. Mr. Bean, you at the beach again? About 50% of the way? How? Nice. Yeah, am I too quiet, or do I need to adjust volume here? It's been kind of a lesson in actively checking things right now. Well, back and forth. I think I figured out what the problem was with the coal was. Would anybody else like to play what the problem was? What was the problem? Do we see? Does anything look maybe wrong here? Not enough throughput? That's a pretty solid guess. I'm gonna bring my mic up a little bit. Sorry about that, gang. Try about there. Ding ding ding, Callie wins. I forgot to connect the water pipe. I had one job to do, maybe two even, and that's why it got a little confusing. So anyway, I don't know what you're talking about. That was connected the whole time. This is a fabrication. I don't know. This is it's not real. So anyways, remember when I said that I forgot a water pump? I don't know what you're talking about. It's been like that the whole time. It's worked flawlessly from the time that I set it up. I don't I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, so I have 8 water pumps or 8 coal power plants, which, as a gentle reminder, they require coal to operate. They also require water, as it turns out. Go figure. How we doing, by the way? We're doing not great. I see. Why? Doing 300 flow rate. Okay. Doing 50 a minute. Yeah, just a little over. And a little over 100. We should do about 100 here. Getting better. Starting to. There's a cat. I'm not a fan of how it goes down from 600 to 375 with some consistency, as in like it is consistently down to that level. Don't love that, but it's not dropping below that, so that's not the worst of things. The alternative to this that I could explore is that I could connect one to one end of this, one to the middle of it, one to the other end of it. And that could help with water throughput. But I kind of... Ah, fuck it, let's try. We'll give it a whirl. We'll see what we can do. You go there. You go there. You there. And you there. We could try this, see if this does what we need it to. I have hope. I don't love this though. 600 or 525 even shouldn't be the low end of that. It should be the high end of that. Well, at least we're not getting down to 375 anymore. That's pretty good. Consistently at 450? I'm having an unfortunate realization. Gang, would we like to do some math? So if I have 8 coal generators, and they need 50 cubic meters of water per minute, and I have decidedly less than that in my flow rate. I'm gonna get what amount of efficiency? Is it 100? Because I think it's less than 100. I think it's closer to like 80%, 75% efficiency even. One of these days, I will math correctly off the first bat, like off the first attempt, and this will be less of a problem. Not that it's like a big problem, it's just an annoyance, really. Yeah, okay. Alright, adding 120 water to the mix, that should help. That should help flatten that curve quite a bit. Oh boy, Callie. About to be having yourself a time, huh? Hey, that's what I'm expecting. There we go. I fixed it. So anyways, now that we have the problem for power solved, now we can actually get to the rest of the problem. Thanks. Basic math is kind of hard. That's fair. That's fair, Christina. My kingdom for a hover pack. Now I'm gonna do something that's maybe a little bit silly and maybe a little bit shooting myself in the foot, kinda. And I'm gonna grab about 100 of these, and I think that's all I have. Nope, I have 150 of them. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, and yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a really rudimentary awesome sync, because I need some of the tickets for some specific things. Conveyor floor holes, wall holes. I need a couple of different bits and bobs. So I'm gonna grab that, get it set up to do exactly that. Whee! Come on. There you go. And this will basically recycle everything that gets fed into it, including the alien DNA capsules, which I'm going to put these two at the front there, so that they're kind of the last thing consumed. I'm also going to make a few more real quick if I can, and throw them in the pile as well, because I have 16 of the things, so I should be able to make a few of them. The whole idea behind that is that regular items are logarithmic in their point value. At least the regular item track is a logarithm, so it goes small, 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 or small, bigger, 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 big, big, versus the alien DNA capsules, which are linear. So they're basically just angle. Additionally, I have 19 now because at present moment, the alien DNA capsules are going to be the most valuable thing for me because like they go up by 1,000, if that, and the items go up by tens, I think, or five points per, something like that. But yeah, here you go. Here's a pretty good representation. 18,000 parts per minute for DNA points, 41,600 for standard points. I put in 150 smart plate. I put in 18 alien DNA capsules. It's a little unfair. Oops, I need that. Give. Alright, and I'm gonna keep that around for a little bit longer, because it probably will come in handy. Alright, this is the awesome shop. This thing is, as the title would imply, awesome. There's a bunch of different things that you can get in here, including some rewards for like statues. I'm not gonna get any of these until like late in the game, until I'm like a tier 9 or 10. Late in the game. Also, F Crusader. Sorry, babe. That sucks. I hate that for you. But there's a couple of things that I want to get, like conveyor floor hole or lift floor holes, wall holes. I want to get the wall mount, the ceiling mount. I would like to get pipeline floor hole, wall attachment point. Also like to get all of these things, but I need more of the quick-wire and Caterium, more quick-wire and steel production online. Shopping would be cool. Yeah, these are all customizer things that I can get later on. I don't need them right now. Much as they'd be nice to have. I don't super know these right now. I would like to have gates and doors and walls, as well as I would like to have ladders. Yeah, truth. I would also like to have, even now, I would like to have that. How are we doing? 25. Okay. I have to wait until I get steel for those. Super helpful those are. Crumble. Was it 25? I can have fix it corner roofs. Trying to decide if I can get away with doing like something clever with the current foundations that I have and those corner roofs as far as like a building, but kind of doubt it. So I'm gonna try and get well, I'm not really gonna try, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna get the half foundations, call it a day. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything else that I can really like make use of right now. I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be really cool to have themes, but my kingdom for a personal elevator. That's okay. Need steel. Oh well. At least now we'll have a bunch of things unlocked. So then we have nothing new in production, nothing new in special, nothing new in power, but we'll have the normal stackable, like the normal conveyor poles. We'll have conveyor wall mounts, conveyor ceiling mounts, wall holes, lift floor holes. We'll have regular pipe stuff, regular pipe support. We'll have wall support, wall holes, floor holes. Super helpful, all of those things. Nothing's changed here, nothing's changed there. I have half foundations now. I then also have conveyor walls. I also have doors and the roll-up gate. I also have the automated gate. Smaller profile, but not nearly as flashy as this guy. This thing is super cool. Hello? But needs a second, I guess, for me to be away from it. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah. Alright. How are we doing? Quartz. I don't have enough there. Don't have enough there. Alright. Oh, I didn't finish this tab. Large vents, large fans, and ladders. Ugh. So, like, it's unreasonable that it's this helpful. And it's something that you don't have by default. You have to unlock it. But also it's reasonable. At least I think it's reasonable. All right, from here. Ah. All right. I need more rotors, which I have to steal from here. I need more reinforced iron plate, which I'm going to have to steal. Well, not really steal, but take from here. Because I put these buffer boxes in for that exact reason. I need the buffer so that I can use it as like kind of a storage and like automated production for myself, as well as for the thing that I'm trying to build. All right. Yeah, all right. I have to even this out because I'm trying to fit a third input. So I'm basically just going to bring that third identical line of iron down to the same level, but slightly above on the second floor, so that I have the additional rotor production on the second floor. Is the thought. We'll see if I can actually make it work. Yeah, okay. Whoops, daisies. I may not even need to do that, actually. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. Getting thrown off the belt? You're good. You're all good, Crusader. What part was I at? What did I come back to explain? Callie, you can multitask? What's that like? Okay, but now my head hurts. I thought about it for about 30 seconds and then my brain started hurting. I blame you for this. Funny enough, one of my pronouns is actually they. It's just not spelled that way. But fair again is not spelled that way, but it is one of my pronouns. That's cool. Love that. I will have to give you auto mod abilities, Callie. Why is this not like aligned? What happened here? Is it literally like this thing is just out of alignment? Or is this like a visual glitch? I'm so confused. Anyway. Above my pay grade. Ah. Ow. Yeah, you're gonna be sad for a minute. That's okay. Right. Thank you, Callie. Alright, bouncing up to the top here, and I think I'm... excuse me. Goodness. I love that everybody plays the game, or everybody that has watched this stream and or like another person's stream play this game, and has started playing it. That makes me very happy. All right, watch this move because it happens fast. Aye. You can actually, I use she, her pronouns predominantly these days, but Faye, femme, fair is one of them that I accept, or like the combination that I accept, or I actually enjoy. It is validating to me. So you're not wrong at all. But if you could use she, her for me, that would be lovely. Curve is so good. Yeah, we will. Parts. All right, and cool. That should be everything there for production to be returned back to our regularly scheduled programming, and I don't think I want to drop down that far. Probably be fine. I'd probably be fine. I would probably be fine. I don't think I want to find out. That's good. I'm good. Hey, there goes. Cool. But nope. Out here. Ow. Oh. Alright, I'm getting a little cavalier with my movement here. Why did that show up on the other end? Okay. There's been some weird visual glitches with how conveyor lifts have showed up. So some of them are on the front or some of them are on the back. It kind of depends on which direction the engine's feeling like in that day. Because like it doesn't seem to be consistent at all. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be 100% of the time. Just have to work like 50% of the time, 100% of the time. But with any luck and a little bit of fairy dust, we have restored the iron ore to this second line, as well as nabbed another one for the rotor setup. That's gonna get set up here. Probably won't actually happen tonight, but it will probably happen next stream, which will, I think, be tomorrow. I'm feeling that. So. But yeah, I'm gonna start wrapping up here in a minute. This feels like a good conclusion, a nice little ending point. The night is starting to set in Satisfactory. So I'm gonna wait for this last little bit to get going, make sure that this is all correctly configured and working. Get hit by the fart rock a little bit, which is never a favorite of mine. Yeah. There it goes. Alright, and then that's back to the former glory. Almost no interruption in service too. Nice, 180 or 480 is pretty solid. I think with the 8 that I've got, I'm only doing is that 240 times 30? Yeah. 80 or 8 times 30 is 240. So I'm doing less than that by half. But coming soon, I'll have another third of that line. But that's rad. Yeah. Now that we've got service restored on this guy, let's see where we end up as far as smart plating and how close we are to getting to the next phase of the space elevator. Hint, it's not very. So we have in here, what, 167? We would have had 300 or so if I hadn't sank the ones that I did, but I needed the tickets. I wanted to get the unlockables out and get them working for me. I'm gonna try and get a few more tomorrow probably, and we'll see what we can cobble together as far as a factory for phase 1-2 goes. But yeah, tomorrow coming soon will be steal our first vehicles. Steal our first vehicles. We'll start getting more of the advanced stuff start setting up. Yeah, got some plans for the mega base and for what the end of the game is going to start looking like, how that development will play out. Hey, I'm already here ish. Wait, hold on, can I get this? Yes, I can. All right, I'm gonna send this off, get basic steel production unlocked, and then I can guarantee that I'm doing it tomorrow. Hey, there we go.
Milestone reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number
you,
2,
Kelly.
the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix It and humanity is relying on you.
No pressure. You'll get there too. Play alongside. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. All right. So, yeah, next up, we're going to get some basic steel production online. Just kind of putting out the objective here. I have coal. I know that there's some pure coal nodes over here, if memory serves. Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. I've got 4 here that I know to be there. And then I think I've got, 3 pure nodes here, and this one is a temp. These are 4 normal and a temp. I don't know what temp means exactly yet. I think they might be rebalancing some of the coal power or some of the other things. And then we have iron in the same-ish area as these 3. So let's see. No. No coal, no iron over there? Okay. It's gonna be interesting. Iron impure, iron normal. You're kidding me. There's no iron over there? That'll be unpleasant. I guess I'm bringing coal down this way then. Anyway. I guess we'll figure that the hell out. And we'll see what we can do this next stream. But yeah, that's definitely a future me problem. So I'm gonna give the game a good old save. And I think that's gonna be a tomorrow me problem. And we'll come back to that then. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. I am gonna wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me for this little stream here of mine. I made a lot of good progress. I did a lot of cool stuff, and yeah, we're figuring it out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your evening, great rest of your night. You're awesome. Stay awesome. Take care. Be kind. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.